Welcome to Timber Creek High School on September 27th for the game between Vineland High School and Timber Creek High. Vineland comes in at 1-2. Timber Creek is 2-1. They met last year with Timber Creek winning by a score of 24-10. I am John Parentazzi, along with my partner Rich Scarpa, to bring you this good high school matchup. There are going to be many changes in the lineup tonight. Rich, what do you have for us?
Well, a lot of the changes are going to be on the offensive side and with some on the defense, but we're going to look at that Vineland offense first as the national anthem's been played and Vineland set to return the opening kickoff. Real quickly about the Chargers and their head coach, Rob Hinson. 107 wins, 39 losses in his 14 seasons here. Last year they lost in the Group 4 semis to Burlington Township 21-18. And overall 12 playoff appearances, 7 finals appearances, and 4 sectional titles. So this is a program at what we call a new school, but the years have been rolling up, that has been quite successful. It's a high, deep into the end zone.
Wow.
Heck of a leg there as that almost clears the back line of the end zone. So we talked about some changes, and there's been some rumors, some information. But, you know, for Vineland, the offense just hasn't been able to get really anything on track consistently to go with. So they're going to shake it up a little bit tonight.
They started to 20, Rich. First down, first play of the game.
Well, Tyrene Powell in at quarterback with Shelton as a wide receiver at the bottom of the screen. And there's a give up the middle. And good leg drive moving forward for a gain of about 3. For Vineland up front, it's Zach Tharp, the senior at 6'1", 280. Dave Dutra, the junior, 6'4", 260. Eli Anderson at a tackle spot, 6'2", 250. Angel Garcia in on that starting line at 5'10", 240. So Powell again with a second and about 7 to throw. He fires it to an open receiver, and it's caught, and spinning away for a first down goes Jonathan Toney. So Powell connects on his first one.
That was a pretty good. Now there's a good pass pattern, Rich.
I was waiting for you to say that because we talked on the way up about running routes and patterns. And
that was a hook. When you can run a hook, the defensive back is off balance. That was excellent pass play.
Joshua Bennett also up there on the line and playing offense. Lathan Kent, number 30, goes in motion. And there's the give to Arthur, who drives forward, and he's going to have about 4 on that first down carry. Well, this is a conference game for Vineland. The conference consists of Vineland, St. Joe's, Millville, Atlantic City, and Timber Creek. Vineland 1-0 in conference play.
Rich, our former quarterback, Sheldon, is tight end, number 10. He's in the lineup, but at tight end.
Powell's going to take this himself. Tries to turn the corner and stays on his feet. He's going to be a little short of the first down, but positive yards on that one. Well, a beautiful brand new school building to our backs, Coach. But a little bit of work to be done at the press box area. As we are much like the Phillies broadcasters. We're out amongst the crowd in the top row of the bleachers, but it is a beautiful night out. The sun went down behind those trees. We've got a great vantage point.
What a
really
savior that was.
Can soak up the atmosphere with a 3rd and 4. Powell's going to throw it on 3rd and 4. He floats it and tangled up his Toney, and he's not going to be able to get to that one. So it's going to be 4th and 4. And Vineland's going to send the punt team in. So Vineland gets a first down and picks up some yards on the ground. A little better push with that running game than we've seen lately. Back deep to return is Tarheeb Still. for Timber Creek, 6', 180 speedster, one of their leading receivers, and their offense is spread the field out and throw the ball. A lot of 4 receiver sets, but let's see if Shelton can get rid of this one. High snap, Shelton has it, no pressure. Line drive kick, gonna hit at the 35 and roll dead at the 29. Which where the Timber Creek Chargers will take over. So for the Chargers at quarterback, Donovan Leary. He's a junior at 6'1", 160. Running back's going to be Elijah Williams, number 21, but they like to spread it and throw it, and their wide receivers, number 1, Tarheeb Still, Deere Boyd, Roderick Boyd, number 3 and 2, and number 4, Marcus James.
Yeah, you have Broom at cornerback. That's a change. You have Sheldon at linebacker. That's a change. So you got some changes on the defense too, Rich.
And Eli Manson playing at corner also. Now it's a halfback pass, and he's wide open and still. It's just a matter if it can be caught. And for the second week in a row, a halfback pass burns the Fighting Clan with exactly 10 minutes to go. That's going to be a 61-yard touchdown pass. Got to read those linemen.
"71 yards, Rich."
"61", coach there at the 39. And the extra point good, so with 10 minutes to go in the first, quickly on one play on a halfback pass, second week in a row.
How much time,
we've seen
Rich?
that.
Can you see the clock?
10 minutes to go, coach.
Yeah, that kind of hurts when you start. You know, we had a little diversity in our offense, which was good. But you can't give up them big plays. We've been burnt by the big play all season.
Yeah, last week it was a lot of new faces coming in and playing in the defensive backfield. We had the sophomore Winchester take over in the second half last week. Antoine Rivera, who's in and out, was in quite a bit also, along with others. Well, and Vineland arrived today, kind of heard about changes and saw about 20 players missing. Little bus breakdown, got the rest of the team here in plenty of time to be ready for this one now. And again, in the end zone, for the second touchback.
You cannot run a kick out of the end zone in high school. That's a rule. It's been in there for years. Once that ball gets in the end zone on a kick, you cannot run it out.
We've seen some good kickers the last couple of weeks. This is Zach Coluccio with 2 touchbacks and a very strong leg. Last week, Dylan Shank from Lenape missed a couple extra points, but hit a long field goal also. So Vineland's going to start at their 20. It'll still be Powell. This time alongside of him will be Nazir Broom. So the clock has 21 minutes to go on there, and they're going to adjust that to 10 minutes as the clock doesn't run until the receiving team touches it. But once it's in the end zone, as Coach mentioned, it's a dead ball. So 10 minutes to go. Tyreen Powell at quarterback. This Vineland team trying a little bit of everything here They really need to come out of this one with a W, and there's an opening, and there goes Broom. First down and then some. Nice push up front, and Broom has one of his better runs of the year as he picks up about 15.
Rich, that was a jet sweep with Broom on the slot. Excellent. Came around, picked a hole. Really made a nice play out of that.
So number 4, Levi Manson, goes to the top of the screen along with Jonathan Toney. And they go the other way to Broom, and he's hit right away this time. Spins and moves forward, but he's going to be down for a loss.
A little testy there.
So a loss of 2.
When that happens, Rich, it's the referee doesn't give a whistle because they held him up. But the Broom kept running.
Big defensive front at 6'4", 280, 6'4", 260. Powell under big pressure. He tries to outrun it. Turns back, stays on his feet, looking to pick up a couple blocks. Dips to the middle, and all that run is going to net -4, but it could have been worse if Powell not strong and fast enough to get away from that rush. So it's going to be a loss of 3. It's going to be 3rd down now and 15.
Yeah, he had absolutely no time, Rich. He did well to get back where he did.
Screen looking, thrown low and incomplete. Intended for 81 Conrad Jackson. So Vineland's going to be forced to punt.
Yeah, that's our 2nd possession. And it's going to be our 2nd punt. You'd like to see a little more holding on to the ball, Rich.
Yeah, Vineland has 2 first downs, 1 on each drive, but both drives stall out after that. So Shelton to punt it away. This takes a nice Vineland roll to the 25. So can't be more efficient than the Chargers on their first drive. 1 play, 61 yards and a touchdown.
Yeah.
So we really didn't get a good look at that new Vineland defense. Sophomore Herring up on that defensive line at 6'2", 315. And a high one. And back in time to break it up is Manson.
Whoa. Didn't take long for them to come out. 2 plays, 2 bombs. How about that?
So Herring, the sophomore, at defensive line at 6'2", 315, and he's up front along with Rivers. Rivers at 6'1", 335, so Vineland trying to take away those running lanes, but Leary doesn't even want to use them. Here is a delay up through the middle. Shelton in pursuit's going to make the tackle, but not before a first down. Well, one thing I do like to see is Shelton back on that defensive side of the ball. Sophomore year, played some defensive back and safety and was pretty aggressive getting to the point of contact and the ball. Now the quarterback's going to take it around the top. Leary leaps to the 40 and steps out of bounds at Vineland's 37-yard line. scored it out by Powell.
Well, they've run 4 plays, Rich. 4 explosive plays. Somewhere along the line, we got to make a stop.
Yeah, it's about 90 yards in those 4 plays, Coach. Leary gives, and there's a nice stop as Shelton comes up with the tackle along with Kent.
Well, if it runs true to form, they're going to throw.
Three receivers to the bottom, 1 up top. We're at 7 minutes to go in the opening quarter. And quarterback draw. Shelton trips him up. But you've got those big guys up front. They've got to keep their shoulders squared to the line of scrimmage. Once they get turned, that's going to give Leary the opportunity, and he took it that time. To
Absolutely.
A 3rd and 4.
You see that with more and more quarterbacks. They see some daylight, and it's usually up the middle, and they break it for a run.
Vineland sending pressure. There's a flag on the field. As the pass is thrown and complete for a first down to the 20. See what the penalty is. It's possibly a false start. And Coach Russo is saying push him back, so it appears that it's going to be on the Chargers. So they will move back, making it 3rd and about 9.
Could be a good stop here, Riz. We need a break somehow. You can't fall down.
Manson and Turner are matched up at the bottom of the screen with the receivers. It looks like Kent's going to be blitzing from the bottom along with Shelton, who shows. Shelton drops out. It's a screen pass, and Leary throws it away. As Lathan Kent sniffed that one out, it's going to be 4th and 9. Ball is on the 38-yard line. So I think you've got that lead, and you probably want to make Vineland's offense push it up the field, but it looks like the offense for the Chargers are going to stay in. So Timber Creek going to go for it here at 4th and 9. Oh, and tipped. Turner in coverage gets a finger on it and takes it away from the receiver still. And Vineland takes over with some pretty good field position at their own 38-yard line.
Excellent stop. Well, it's our 3rd possession and the best field position we've had.
Well, that big opening play and a couple big plays on that drive, but the defense stands tall. We are at 7-0 Timber Creek with 5 minutes and 23 seconds to go in the first quarter. Powell remains the QB, and he's going to throw. He has some time, and he floats it for Arthur, who tries to get up to get it, but denied that space to make the play, and he's interfered with.
It's a flag, Rich.
And he's interfered with, so that's going to be pass interference on the defense and set Vineland up inside the Charger end of the field. Well, way not to give up on that by Arthur as Powell puts enough belly underneath that ball to have it hang up. Arthur tries to make a play on it, but the defender just took him off the ball.
Powell's thrown the ball well. He threw one a little short, but the rest of the balls have been in the air and been pretty, in the vicinity of the receivers.
There's a give and an opening over the right side and bursting through the middle for another Vineland first down. A gain of 12 is Arthur. Anthony Arthur, the sophomore, at 5'9", 170. So Vineland on the move. 5 minutes to go in this opening quarter.
That's two good runs, one by Broom and one by Arthur, where they picked their way through the defense.
Now Powell's going to take it himself. He hurdles over, picks up about 4. Well, I'll tell you what, everybody that's been running the ball today, Coach, has been heading downfield.
Yep.
They've not been lateral. They've been finishing forward. So 2nd and 6. The ball just outside the 30-yard line of the Chargers. Powell to throw it again. Delivers a strike to Shelton. It's going to be a little bit short of the first down. I believe Shelton had that one, and they're calling incomplete. So officially incomplete. 3rd and 7 for Vineland. Jackson, Tony, and Powell to the bottom. It's a quick hitter to Levi Manson, who spins off the attempted tackle and grinds forward to about the 11-yard line. Vineland's offense on the move. 3:53 to go in the opening quarter.
Again, a hook, Rich. You notice that little hook?
And Manson does a nice job after the catch of turning in and getting up the field. So the ball just outside the 10 at the 11-yard line. Vineland can get a first down inside the 1. See if Vineland tries to have Powell do some of this himself here. And the ball's on the ground. Powell picks it back up and scrapes forward maybe for a 1. So fumble on the play, but Powell gets right back with it. Be 2nd and 9.
I think he took his eye off the ball, Rich. I'm not sure that wasn't going to be a pass because the receivers were flying out of there.
Powell stutter steps and grinds forward. He's going to be short of the first down, maybe to the 7.
It's two bad handlings of the ball, though, Rich.
Yeah.
When you fumble the ball like that, I don't mean put it on the ground. The timing of the play is off. He was very fortunate to get back to the line.
.213 in running. Big third down here for the Fighting Clan. Powell to throw. Floats it. Pretty good defensive play, but now a late flag comes in as Shelton, they're saying, was interfered with. The official on the front saw a little bit of contact but thought it was okay. The rear judge throws the flag, so Vineland should be getting a fresh set of downs. And that's happened a couple times.
Not automatic first down. How about that?
So third down. Ball on the ground again. Powell takes it, dips his shoulder. He's going to be close to the first down. So that's going to be marked at about the 3.
Can they get it first?
Yes, Coach. Hey, I need 1 for the first, and it's 3 times now. The snap's been a little low for Powell, and as Coach mentions, taking your eyes off it. Looks like Vineland's going to do the same thing to the other side with Shelton leading the way, blocking, and there goes Powell, and he's clobbered. But does he have the first down? He dives for it, and I believe he's going to come up just short. So the Timber Creek Chargers defense holds Vineland inside the 5-yard line. But Tarheeb still is a little banged up after that one. We're at 1:13 in the first quarter. The offense looked pretty sharp on that drive, marching up the field.
They started their own 39, and where did they go down, Rich, to 3 or 4?
Yeah, and they had a few shots at it.
I don't understand the pass interference call. They had pass interference. Okay, it's a 15-yard penalty.
Well, it had to be something different.
Yeah,
we replayed the down and had about a 3-yard gain. So it probably was a 5-yard penalty that went half the distance. Did not see a signal on that.
No, I didn't either.
Well, this would be a tough blow if Still's not able to continue tonight. He is sitting up and appears to be all right, but that Vineland offense showed some spunk and moved down the field. Now it's time for the defense to keep this good field position they have. There's one thing that's troubled Timber Creek, it's power running. Let's see how they try to do it this time. And there's an opening to the outside as Leary fakes it up the middle and picks up a handful about 5 yards.
Pretty good, Leary, with the ball handling, Rich. That's a couple of times now where he stuck the ball in the belly of the runner and pulled it out. That's reminds me of the Veer.
And great vision to know when to pull it and get that edge. So
he's pretty big too, isn't he?
He's 6'3", 190.
Yeah, he's, I don't mean big, heavy. He's nice and tall.
Now there's a give and finding a space between the defensive linemen, and then Kent comes up to make the play. It's going to be 3rd and short. 3rd and we'll call it 3. Boy, they're pretty big across the front there, Coach.
Yeah.
74, Elitis, 6'3", 255. And that's going to do it for the quarter. And as we have the break at the end of this quarter, we'd like to thank our sponsors who make Vineland High School football possible. The Red and Gray Gridiron Club would like to thank the following sponsors for their support of Vineland High School football team this season. Sir Speedy,
Reconstructive Orthopedics, Ducharme's, the Greenview Inn at Eastland Golf Course, Newfield National Bank, Larry's 2 Restaurant and Caterers, Allen Associates, Delsey ShopRite, Medio Law Firm, The Claridge, a Radisson Hotel, TechNed Consulting, Vineland Education Association, Begal University, Manny and Vic's Pizzeria and Restaurant, MVP Sports Bar, Richland Carpet and Flooring, G&S Dry Cleaners, Carluzzo and Teresi Petroleum Transporters, Biondi Insurance Agency, Dr. Gorson General and Cosmetic Dentistry, Baruffi Brothers, Lugiano Medical, Van Dodge, Assman Installation, Homestead Plumbing and Heating, the Gorgo Group, the DeWinney family, the Russo family. The Vineland High School football team and coaches thank everyone for their support on and off the field and look forward to another successful season.
By Leary, so deep in their own end, Timber Creek's going to have to punt. And it's Tony and Broom back for Vineland.
Yeah, this is their first punt, Rich.
Yeah, the last time they moved the ball enough that they went for it on 4th down and turned it over on downs. And Vineland takes a timeout.
That was our timeout, Rich?
Yes. So starting out really fast was Timber Creek. Vineland slowed it and moved the ball, but came away with no points. And now they look ready to get another crack at it. Zach Coluccio stands 2 yards deep in his end zone. He booms one away that's going to hit around the 35.
Get away.
And roll into the Vineland end of the field at the 48 where the Fighting Clan will take over.
If you're not going to catch it, Rich, get away from it.
Elsewhere around the league in a battle of big boys, and talk about Vineland coming in at 1 and 2. Their losses are to Williamstown and Lenape, 2 teams in the top 4 in South Jersey. And right now it's Lenape 7 at the end of the first, Williamstown nothing. But back to this one is Vineland with great field position after they've shown they could move it, trying to get in that end zone. And now a timeout, Timber Creek. So a few weirdly timed timeouts.
Yeah, that's weird. We called timeout on a punt. They called timeout on the first play. You know, usually that's a sign of not knowing what's going on.
I'd like to look at it a little more positive or seeing something real egregious. I got to think for Vineland, they're in their own end. It's 4th and 2. Maybe it's worth the timeout to say, hey, don't jump off sides, because we've had that problem in the past. Powell has him ready. Give to Arthur through the middle. He's hit and dropped, and a late flag comes in.
Oh, boy.
Not looking good where that was, but it's about 5 yards up the field. Looked like a couple Vineland linemen on a double team block, and they may have held. So it'll be first down again, first and about 17, I believe. I guess the flag didn't hit the spot where he wanted. It's going to be first and 19.
Penalties, penalties, penalties. They sure stop any kind of momentum you can get.
Yeah, and it's twice as easy to get 10 yards as it is 20. Now Shelton back in at quarterback. Shelton takes a low snap, throws a screen, and it's incomplete in the hands of Tony, not able to hold on. Now on the screen, of course, you let that defensive front get in there, but they got in there a little too quick on that one. So second and 19.
Yeah, I guess coach is going to rotate the quarterbacks. See if somebody gets hot.
Shelton on a quarterback draw, almost squeaks through. Great job defensively as the D-backs come up and make the stop, but he got by that first line and scraped through the linebackers. But now third down and long.
Rich, can you see the clock?
We have 10:45 and running to go in the first half. Levi Manson locked up in man coverage at the bottom. Tyreen Powell back in at quarterback. Now Manson's going to flip-flop. And Vineland's going to take a timeout. So we've had 3 timeouts and 2 plays. So the only points on the board today are the long halfback pass on the first play from scrimmage that was good from 61 yards. Vineland drives down the field. 61, coach. Vineland drives down the field. Gets inside the 5 but can't score. They hold Timber Creek. And that holding penalty on first down really put them in a precarious situation trying to gain the first. They're on their own side of the field at the 39-yard line. Jackson, Shelton, and Tony at the bottom of the screen. Powell tries to pull the defense off. They don't jump. Good snap. Powell back to throw. Under pressure, floats it, and nearly caught at the first down marker by Arthur. But a good job defensively getting their hand in and breaking it up is going to make it fourth down in time for Vineland to punt. So field position will be gained for Timber Creek on this exchange of punts.
That penalty hurt, Rich.
It kind of changes the philosophy of what you want to try to do. The punt protection's been better. Shelton's had some time to get rid of it. High snap. Lathan Kent picks up a nice roll for Vineland inside the 20. Brooms there to down it. So the field position exchange does go in the favor of Timber Creek, but not by that much, as they're going to start inside their own 20 with 10 minutes and 7 seconds to go in the first half.
Each team has showed a little bit of offense, Rich, but not enough to sustain to get a score. We got down to the, 3-yard line?
Yep.
And it got stopped.
So time for that defense to get it done again. Leary to throw. He has time, but he doesn't have a receiver till late, and that one's going to fall incomplete in and out of the hands of Dior Boyd. That's nice coverage, but right as he made that cut, the ball right on the money, and that gave a little bit of a window for that completion, but incomplete, 2nd and 10. Clock stopped at 10:01.
Leary has shown he has a pretty good arm, Rich.
Yeah, the one thing that Timber Creek hasn't shown is the ability to run the ball and not by their quarterback, having a running back pick anything up. So I wouldn't be surprised to start seeing Shelton just spy on Leary in the middle there on these plays. Now late pressure, floating it deep and complete at about the 49-yard line of the Fighting Clan, and he's feeling better. That's Tarheeb Still, who was injured earlier. Breaks three, and Leary just floats it to him perfectly. You can still see he's a little hobble, but that didn't slow him down enough on that one.
That was a pretty good play. He scrambled. They had pressure on him. He scrambled out.
And that was
he had 3 receivers, one short, middle, and long.
That was the sophomore Herring, number 59. Getting his first start applying that pressure. There's a flag on this one as they try to reverse the field. That will be about a gain of 12, but the flag is usually in a spot where it's going to be on the offense. Coach Hinson doesn't seem happy, so it looks like that will be going back on their own side of the field.
Yeah, it was a motion, an illegal shift. I didn't see anybody in motion.
Yeah, the illegal shift. They had a couple moving at the same time, and one of them's got to get set. So 1st and 15. Vineland with a few more yards to work with here. Leary has him where he wants him. Fires and out, bobbled and complete before the tackle by Rivera. They'll get that back, and that'll be 2nd down now and about 6. Tell you what, the sophomore Herring's really pushing the front of that pocket back. Something we haven't seen the defensive front do for Vineland.
They've had pressure on him, Rich. They just snap short.
There's dive up the middle. Nothing there. Hit, swarmed over. That's going to go for no gain, making it 3rd and 6. Rivers up from the bottom of that one, doing a nice job holding his ground in the middle.
Yeah, he did. Not only held his ground, but he pushed him back.
So 3rd down here, Vineland needs somebody over the slot, and Barry Turner gets there. Now Leary's going to step up and run. He has the 1st down and then some. Cuts to the outside, back to the inside, and hit from behind and brought down by Shelton, but not after he picks up the 1st down.
That's, what, twice now he's done that, Rich? Went back.
Yeah, and when he doesn't have somebody to throw to it, he's back and he's waiting for that break on that pattern. And when something isn't there, he's pulling it down. This one's going deep down the edge and almost intercepted by Manson, who had position on the receiver. Leary just flicked that one 40 yards effortlessly. So 2nd and 10. 7:37 to go in the half.
This drive started on their own 20.
Trying a screen, then go back to the original side and outrunning the defender. He's going to be short of the first down, but a nice big gain on the play. Well, he had that outside leverage and just a step away from the defender as Turner makes the tackle. So 3rd and 3.
I would think they're in field goal range for that kicker we saw.
I agree, and it's a pretty calm night, not much of a breeze in any direction. Leary with 2 backs alongside of him. He's back to throw. He's got pressure in his face. A flag hits the field and nearly intercepted at the 10-yard line. But there is a flag on the field, probably a hold. As Powell lays out, not able to come up with it. The hold happened at the 30-yard line. It is a hold. I guess if you're Vineland, you want 4th and 3 from the 30. I kind of think I wouldn't mind them trying a field goal, but I certainly would like my chances with these yards tacked on. So now 17, 3rd and 17.
Empty backfield, Rich.
Fires a bullet and defended outstandingly by Manson, who jumps in front and beats that one to the dirt. Deion Boyd never had it get to his hands. So now you mentioned they were in field goal range. You're not now. Are you going to punt from the 40? So a big holding penalty stopped Vineland's drive after Timber Creek punted out of their end zone. And then a 3rd and 2, a big holding penalty knocks Timber Creek out of field goal range. So with 6:42 to go, Vineland will be getting this one back. And we're still at 7-0. The only points being that halfback pass on the first play of the game. Vineland takes another timeout.
Well, I'm not sure that was Vineland. Referee never gave a signal, just a timeout. Be interesting to see if Vineland has any more.
Now the scoreboard has them at 0 now.
How much time, Rich?
There's 6:42 to go in the first half. So I guess the words there are, don't jump, watch the fake, watch the fake, watch the fake. And make sure that you what, Coach?
Don't.
Watch the fake.
No, I'm worried about the ball.
High short kick.
Don't touch it.
It's going to hit it to 15.
That's good.
And it's going to lay right there where Vineland will take over. The defense bends but doesn't break. Now Vineland has the ball back down 7 with 6:32 to go. I'd like to thank our crew tonight, crew chiefs Brian Anthony, Doug Diola and Ryan Steinbrown, and executive producer of VPS TV is Gia Missouri, the school district's public information officer. Not a bad night to be standing outside, though, as we've been fortunate with some good weather. Tyreen Powell back in at quarterback. Conrad Jackson at the bottom of the screen. And there's a give in the middle, and there's nothing there but a wall of blue. So a loss of 1 on that carry.
Like to see Powell break one here.
So Powell strolls back to the huddle. Vineland spreads the field out. Powell gives. Trying to get to the outside, but not able to. Maybe back to the original line of scrimmage. Maybe a little more. It's going to be 9 yards to go for the first down. I believe we have a flag down on the field.
Oh, how about that one?
And I believe the signal was on Timber Creek, Coach.
Face mask.
Keep on walking. First down, Vineland. Keep going. It's like that mountain climber game on Price is Right. So the face mask on Broom sets Vineland up 1st and 10 at their own 32 with 5:30 and running on the clock. It's Tyreen Powell at quarterback. Powell back to throw. He throws an out, and that route is jumped. Shelton not able to come up with it, but nearly picked off. So 2nd and 10, the clock stopped at 5:25. That one thrown a little low. There was some contact, but at the shoestrings, a little uncatchable for Tony. Had a 10-3 game at half last year between these two. Garton hit a 34-yard field goal for the Fighting Clan. Vineland also had one picked off in the end zone last year. 3rd and 10. Powell back. Fires it. Oh, Manson almost with a remarkable catch, as that was just about 1 yard in front of him, and Levi lays out, gets his fingers on it over the ground, then knocks it loose. An outstanding effort by Manson. Just not able to hold on. 4th down, 5:15 to go. Vineland will be punting.
That really was a good pattern. They had Manson break to the middle, and they had a guy on the outside go deep, and they took him. A pretty good pattern.
Yeah, and Powell hung in the pocket and took a shot after he got rid of it. But just a step off of a completion and a touchdown. So Shelton to punt it away. It's a line drive, and it's going to hop and hit. And ball's loose on the ground and picked up by Vineland. Let's see what the officials say as Manson there to pick it up. They want to confer, so this is a 50-50 ball here. Did it come out before he hit the ground? It would set Vineland up with great field position as Marcus Jones loses it.
Whoa.
And Vineland recovers.
Whoa.
The punt was a line drive that Jones tried to take in, and it tipped off his finger, so he was stuck picking it up with his back to the field as he turns. Two Vineland defenders on the spot, and Manson picks up the football as it drops. So Vineland with a big gain there. They're at the 26-yard line of Timber Creek with 5:03 to go.
He had originally touched his hand, and then he went after it. And that put him in a bind.
Yeah, he didn't have time to turn back around. Vineland was right there. Powell to throw it. Fires it. Intended for Shelton. They get tangled up in the air, but that's going to go incomplete. Nice vertical by Shelton getting up there for that one, but incomplete, 2nd and 10.
Rich, we got a much better passing game this week in that the ball is thrown in the vicinity of the receivers. They're running a good pattern. Just a couple of breaks we need on a couple catches.
Well, I think you're absolutely right. We're seeing a lot more patterns being run, and a lot crisper patterns being run that have given the Vineland receivers a step to try to do something with the ball. This time, fired complete, turning inside is Manson, and he's going to have the first down at the 15-yard line for the Fighting Clan. 1st and 10, and let's look at that clock, 4:49. Clock will start running once the ball's made ready for play and the down markers are set, and it is 4:47. Vineland did receive the opening kickoff, so second half will be Timber Creek with the ball first. And it's been Vineland's offense grinding and driving. Probably one of their better performances of the year against a pretty stout defense. Ball's loose on the ground. Powell takes it, but he's hit and dropped. That's going to be a loss of about 7 or 8.
That's the third bad snap that has been, Powell's a tall kid, and the snaps are going around his ankles. And that's awful tough for him to go down there and get that.
So it looks like it's going to be 2nd and about 15. Vineland back outside the 20 at the 22-yard line of Timber Creek. Big divot right in front of Powell's foot. And Powell to throw, and there's no blocking, but he floats it. Complete, and what a catch on the play by Tony, who took it in his belly and falls in the end zone for the score. An outstanding catch by Tony, but Powell, there was 2 guys coming through free, and he holds his ground and puts enough air on that ball for Tony to make an excellent reception. Boy, it's amazing he got rid of that one, Coach.
Excellent.
Two inside guys come through free, but Powell.
What time is that, Rich?
We have 3:27 to go. Powell at 6'5", able to still get his arm up and get the ball over. So here's Henry Garton off the Turner hold, gets it up, and good. So Vineland ties it up, 3:27 to go. Now it's back to that Vineland defense, and I think we with different people in there on the defense, it's looked a little crisper, but I'm really impressed with the sophomore starter, number 59, Herring, who's done an excellent job pushing that pocket back. And he's doing it against people almost his own size. As I mentioned, the sophomore Herring at 6'2", 315.
That was pretty impressive. Pretty impressive because Powell fumbled the ball and it went from 1st and 10 to 1st and about 17. And he hit him. Good pass.
Seems Levi Manson's been all over the field tonight too. He's having a breakout game, the Shalleck transfer. You know, he's been involved a lot, but now on both sides of the ball making plays and really just being around the footballs, having a fine game. Lathan Kent getting a lot more time on offense. And the whole Vineland offense switching between Powell and Shelton back there at quarterback, Arthur and Broom at running back. Everybody just doing what they can do to right this ship, and Vineland hoping to go 2-0 in conference play. Garton puts his foot to it. It's going to come down at the 13-yard line. A lot of blocking up front, picking his way through the middle before Arthur drops his shoulder into him, but a nice return to the 39. Vineland handling playing on a grass field pretty good too. They don't do that often. It's a beautiful field with a high crown in the middle. It's the other nice thing about the artificial fields, you don't go uphill in the middle, you know.
Yeah. You're running flat all the way.
Yeah. So Leary tries to answer. And he's firing one deep, and he's got a receiver. And it's caught. Making a move to the inside before Turner's able to wrestle him down. But a big gain with 3:11 to go. That's going to be down to about the 11-yard line.
Wow. That was a great pattern. I don't know if you saw it, Rich. They had a man on a wideout. He came up and ran a bubble real short. And the guy from the inside came inside and up like a wheel route.
And Leary's going to take it himself to the edge and in the end zone with 3 minutes to go. It's Leary on a 13-yard run. Wow, so after the first play of the game goes for an offensive play, goes for a touchdown for Timber Creek, they respond quickly in 2 plays and get in the end zone to make it 13-7 Timber Creek. But enough time for Vineland to do something, as maybe both teams have decided just to air this thing out. Oh, I don't know if that one went through, and it's wide left. Missed extra point, plenty of velocity on it, but just a line drive to the left. So with 3 minutes to go, Vineland set to get it back, and that was all set up by that nice kick return by Timber Creek. Kick return cuts the field in half.
Yeah, it don't take them long to strike, does it, Rich? They're not afraid to put that ball airborne and deep. They have absolutely, except Leary just made a nice 11-yard or 13-yard run. But they really showed no running game at all.
No, nothing except for the quarterback.
Yeah. Leary's probably the leading rusher in the whole game.
I would say if not, he's darn close. He probably is.
He makes that, goes back to pass. He sees a, our 4-man rush. He sees a hole in that and he takes off.
Well, the first 2 kickoffs have been deep in the end zone. Let's see what Coluccio has for this one. And that one in the end zone for another touchback. 3 minutes on the clock. Vineland starting 1st and 10 at their own 20. They have 0 timeouts left. Here's Timber Creek has 2.
Nice drive here, Rich, would be, Keep the ball moving, that's all.
Powell at quarterback, Shelton at tight end, tight to the bottom of the screen. And this one's going deep. And a flag for interference. That's Manson again getting involved. So he tries to hit the brakes to get underneath that one. So the ball probably pop out to the 35. It'll be 1st and 10 for Vineland. Offsetting penalties, pass interference, defense, holding offense. So we're going to do that again, so Vineland's still stuck at their 20.
Yeah, I thought we were going to get a big break here, Rich, with the pass interference. Well, with Powell at quarterback, we're not afraid of the passing game with him. He gets rid of it. I'll give him credit. He gets rid of the ball.
And he flings it out again. Good coverage that time, knocking it away from Manson. Powell takes a shot at the end of that. He's a little gingerly getting up. So Levi getting his wind sprints in here as he's gone deep the last 2 plays. See, that pressure on Powell is just really giving him that long ball to float up over top of the rush. I don't know that he could get anything underneath. I think he needs to put that much air on it to get past this rush. So give over the left side, making a couple people miss. Now to the 40, the 45, the 30, burst of speed. Nazir Broom down to the 16-yard line with 2:37 to go. And that may now make him our leading rusher in this ball game.
Excellent. It looked like off tackle, and he bounced it to the outside and just outran everyone but the angle safety, who made a nice play to stop him from scoring.
Yeah, we were accustomed last year to seeing a lot of that from Broom. So Powell has him ready. The home side quiets down. Powell's going to take it himself up through the middle with a full head of speed. And he's going to pick up about 5 or 6.
We have no timeouts either, Rich.
With 2:13 and running. So 2nd and 5. Real tight formation for Vineland this time. And they try to run up inside on that tight formation, getting down to about the 10-yard line. And Timber Creek's going to take a timeout. Vineland tries to answer the long strike and then the about 15-yard run. Vineland got their handful on the ground.
We need a score here, Rich. You must take advantage of breaks like that. You have to.
And Vineland inside the 5-yard line, not able to come away with points earlier.
Right.
Well, it's been a nice first half for the Fighting Clan, regardless of what happens here in the last 1:45. The offense has shown some life. The defense has shown some aggression tonight.
Boy, the way the game started out, I thought we were in trouble.
Yeah, especially after that touchdown and a 3 and out, or one first down and then out. Powell takes it himself, dives forward. He's going to be down to about the 9.5, where it's going to be 4th down and 1.
Come on, hustle it up. What are they loafing for?
1:30 to go on the clock.
Well, you got to get this. You got to get these plays off.
Big play here, 4th down for the Fighting Clan as they try to answer the score. Powell takes it himself through the middle, and he dives forward to the 5-yard line. That's going to be enough for a first down. Vineland with no timeouts, 1 minute to go on the clock. And they look to be ready to get right up on the line. First, you don't succeed. Pick yourself up and try again as Powell blasts through the middle. So it's going to be 1st and goal. Ball at the 7. Vineland quickly to it with 55 seconds and running on the clock. Powell to throw. Fires a slant to the inside. Is it caught? No, it skipped on the ground. Nice effort and attempt on the play by Manson. Just not able to corral and get underneath of it. So the clock is stopped. We're at 47 seconds to go. 2nd and goal from the 7. So Vineland inside the 5, got nothing in the first quarter. Now at the 7-yard line, knocking on the door. They're a touchdown and an extra point away from taking the lead going into the half. Tight formation again. This time it's Arthur alongside of Powell, his sophomore. And he heads out to the flat. There's a pass, and it's incomplete. Manson gets his fingers to it right at the goal line, but that's going to drop incomplete. 42 seconds to go, 3rd down. Arthur out. Broom comes in with the play.
We can't get a first down either, can we?
No, we need to get in that end zone. So Broom's long run got him most of the way here. And this time Broom has to block. Powell fires it, and it's tipped on a fine defensive play, setting up 4th down. And here comes Henry Garton for the field goal attempt.
Well, that's a shame, Rich.
Marcelino Ojeda would be doing the long snapping. Barry Turner with the hold. This will be a 25-yard field goal attempt for Henry Garton with 37 to go in the first half. Trying to get Vineland within 3. Good snap. It's placed. Garton drives it through, and good. He put a lot of leg into that one. Much better than that extra point, and Garton gets another field goal. He had one in last year's game against Timber Creek. Now 32 seconds to go. Vineland just needs to give up nothing here as we're in a 3-point ball game.
That was a 21-yard field goal.
25-yard, Coach.
25. Well, Rich, it's twice we've been inside the 10 and can't score.
So our VHS marching clan. And a pretty good traveling crowd for a little bit of a road trip for Vineland, as the visiting stands are about 40% filled over there, and we still have people ringing the side of the field. 32 seconds to go. Garton to kick it off. And last time it was a kick return that set Timber Creek up on the Vineland side of the field. Garton pooches this one. It's going to be taken at the 15. Burst of speed through the middle. Garton trying to make the tackle, can't. Pressure from behind as Gregory makes the stop along with Tony, but Timber Creek with 21 seconds to go and 1 timeout. They're inside the Vineland 20 at the 16. As you mentioned, with the strong leg of the kicker Coluccio, Timber Creek already in field goal range. Vineland's defense asked to make a couple plays here with 21 seconds to go. Leary a threat to run it as he sends 4 receivers out. Now the back's going to join them. And it's tipped. The sophomore Herring gets his hand up and tips it. 16 seconds to go.
Good play. He's had a lot of good pass rushes, Rich, and been close many times.
Showing some speed, too.
And that time he got his hand up.
This play taking a little bit of time to send in. If I can spot the back judge. And there's 5 seconds to snap it. 4, 3, and they get the play off. Firing towards the sideline. And Powell tries to make a tackle, but squirting forward. We have 8 seconds to go. And that's down to about the 1. Well, one bad thing about being outside here is our obstructed view at that one little corner where that one happened as Powell broke down to make the stop. So the ball's going to be on the 2-yard line with 8 seconds to go. And Timber Creek has that 1 timeout, so they can still try to run it here.
They young man made a good move to the outside, and I thought he had enough. I thought he had leverage to get in.
So Leary gives up the middle, hit, spinning off a couple people, and then wrestled down. Kenton Shelton. Timber Creek takes the timeout with 2 seconds left. The ball back at around the 4-yard line. And looks like they're going to try to answer Vineland's field goal as Coluccio hops on the field. So the Vineland defense with a goal to go at the 1 or 2-yard line, make a stop. And there just hasn't been anywhere for Timber Creek to run unless they're sending people deep and the quarterback sneaking underneath. So Timber Creek trying to make it a 6-point lead. Ball is on the left hash. Coluccio's last kick was hooked to the left. Boy, he drills that one. It would have been good from about 45. And that's going to do it for the first half. As Timber Creek scores last, it's 16-10 as we head to halftime. Coach?
Yeah, interesting first half, Rich. Mile High had the ball 7 times. Not much going in the first quarter. Then into the second quarter, Powell hit Tony with a 26-yard pass, which was really good. Kick was good, and the score was 7-7. Boom, on the kickoff. Timber Creek came right back and ran the ball all the way down to the 13-yard line on a great return, and Leary went in and scored. Vineland got the ball back, drove on a good run by Broom, and Garton kicked a 25-yard field goal. Of course, Timber Creek came back on the kick return again. That's two good ones. And 2-second mark, kicked the field goal, Rich, to make it 16-10. Interesting first half, and that both teams opened up their offense. Really, you've seen a wide open offense.
Well,
ball in the air.
Well, Vineland's changes on offense and defense have brought some life and a spark. And this next half, it kind of went into a little bit of a lull after the first series or the first play for Timber Creek. And then once Vineland gets it going, Timber Creek answers back. We may be in store for a shootout in this second half. And as always, we like to thank our sponsors who make this possible as we get ready for second half football. One more time, thank you very much, our Vineland High School football sponsors.
The Red and Gray Gridiron Club would like to thank the following sponsors for their support of Vineland High School football team this season. Sir Speedy, Reconstructive Orthopedics, Ducharmes, the Greenview Inn at Eastland Golf Course, Newfield National Bank, Larry's 2 Restaurant and Caterers, Allen Associates, Delsey ShopRite, Medio Law Firm, The Claridge, a Radisson Hotel, TechNed Consulting, Vineland Education Association, Begal University, Manny and Vic's Pizzeria and Restaurant, MVP Sports Bar, Richland Carpet and Flooring, G&S Dry Cleaners, Carluzzo and Teresi Petroleum Transporters, Biondi Insurance Agency, Dr. Gorson General and Cosmetic Dentistry, Baruffi Brothers, Lugiano Medical, Van Dodge, Assman Installation, Homestead Plumbing and Heating, the Gorgo Group, the DeWinney family, the Russo family. The Vineland High School football team and coaches thank everyone for their support on and off the field and look forward to another successful season.
Welcome back to Timber Creek High School and the game between Timber Creek and Vineland High School. It's been an interesting first half with Timber Creek leading 16-10. We've seen some really big runs, some big passes, field goals. So it's really been a diversity in this half. It should be, as my partner Rich Scarpa said, he'll be coming on. It could be a shootout here because neither team is afraid to go back and pass the ball. It's the most passes I've seen Rich this year so far in the game.
Yeah, and a shootout because after the first score on a halfback pass by Timber Creek, their offense moved the ball some, but kind of the whole game grinded down for a quarter and a half. Then Vineland gets on the board, and next thing you know, Timber Creek answers back, Vineland fires back, Timber Creek returns 2 kickoffs into Vineland territory to set up scores, and just a great job of defense for Vineland as inside the 2-yard line, Timber Creek with 12 seconds left, Vineland makes a big stop, holds them to a field goal. So, you know, it's 16-10, just 1 score difference. Timber Creek gets the ball, and let's see if Vineland goes back to that high fly ball kickoff to the 30-yard line because they've kicked it deep 3 times, and there's been 3 great returns right up the middle of that Vineland kickoff team.
Yeah, Rich, it's just specialty teams to me were so important. And you know, Rich, when you play, they're the first things we did every day. Punt return, kickoff, everything. Because that's hidden yardage. People don't realize how much yardage you get in a specialty team. And I could say, in the years I coached, we never had a kickoff return, a punt return, and we had 3 or 4 that we returned. But you got to work on it. You know, there's certain rules about kickoffs that you got to adhere to. You don't let people get outside. You know, you got to have that safety on each side. You know, make sure that he tackles.
That was my job on punt. Outside containment. So this is the high floater to the 30, to the up back, trying to get across the field and pick his way through the middle, and he's dropped by Aunt Arthur. So much better starting there at the 35. So Vineland's defense now, they mix it up a little. Winchester in there at corner. Manson out on this one. And Broom presses up to the bottom of the screen. Rivers and Herring on the inside. Back to throw is Leary. Fires it and complete at the 30. Making a move and wrestle down at about the 20-yard line. And boom, big strike real quick there, Coach.
Opening play of both halves, there was no doubt about it. Halfback pass for Baum, and now a quarterback pass.
Well, that one's going to go all the way down to the 16-yard line. Just 3 receivers in this look. Leary's going to fake it and throw it complete. Spinning off of one tackler, sidestepping to the goal line and tackled down inside the 2.
Boy, you don't see that happen very often. Powell missed a tackle.
Marcus James with a nice move, getting the ball deep in the Vineland end.
Powell was in perfect position.
It's going to go at the 3-yard line.
He's always around the ball, Rich.
The last time down here, that's one of the few occasions Timber Creek tried to get it to their running back, Elijah Williams. Let's see what they have planned this time. Now they try to go sweep and leverage the corner, and it looks like he may have it. Tackled into the end zone. Broom makes the tackle, but still in for the touchdown on the 3-yard run for Still. He was the one who had that first halfback pass, and we're at 10:47 to go in the third, and very quickly Timber Creek looking to score the last 10 points here. And the kick is up and good, so 10 unanswered points for Timber Creek in the course of about 2 minutes. So now it's time for the Vineland offense. We did not see Levi Manson on the field on defense there. Let's see if he's able to go on offense, as he's been the story offensively. It was Tony's great touchdown catch, but Manson all over.
Yeah, I'm bewildered. You can't get beat on the same play. And the defense that we're playing, everything's man on man. You know, you have no help from the safety. What's the old axiom? If he beats you, tackle him. It's only a 15-yard penalty.
And
Don't let him beat you.
Maybe zone it up and make him complete it and come up and make some tackles.
Do not let anybody beat you.
Tony and Broom back deep. Every kickoff has been a touchback by Coluccio. And another touchback.
All right. Let's get back in this game fast. Just drive the ball down the field. That's all you need. Keep the ball.
See how quickly Vineland tries to answer back. There's been a lot of pressure up the gut on Powell. Powell gives through the middle. Broom picks up about 12. Open spaces and plenty of places for him to run.
Boy, he showed some burst of speed tonight that we haven't seen since last year. Really hasn't had that many chances to run.
And the senior is last year's leading rusher. High snap, give again. Driving forward for almost 5 yards, be 2nd and 6.
I haven't seen that before, Rich. The quarterback got the ball and pitched it forward to Broom. Theoretically, that's a forward pass.
Yeah, I've lost a couple fantasy games when people do that. Now Powell's going to take it himself, but he's hit right away and dropped down. Outstanding tackle.
Yeah, they seem to be waiting for him to do that, Rich. Like to see Powell take it outside.
6 foot 280 Curtis Price on the stop. So it could be a passing down here. It's Shelton at wide receiver at the bottom. Powell to pass. Has a little bit of time, completes it. Making a nice move, and they're going to call a penalty on that. Tony with a great pattern. Picks up a first down and then some, but this probably is coming back.
Yeah, Sheldon's going to get called for holding. Gee, Whitakers.
Don't you have a hold on that one, Coach?
It looked like he went to block the guy, and the guy turned on him. And you know what? If it wasn't a penalty, there wouldn't have been a flag. So
I played for a coach looked just like you that didn't always believe it was a penalty when there was a flag. So Vineland does gain some ground. It's going to be 3rd and 4.
That's a shame. That was well done.
And nice time for Powell to throw. One of the first times he could step forward on it. Here comes pressure. Powell hit and swarmed over. Timber Creek sends a couple linebackers, and they make the stop for a loss of about 7. So 4th down. Vineland will be punting it back with 8:40 to go in the 3rd.
Yeah, they came with a blitz on that play. They had more men coming than we have blockers. That's tough.
Shelton gets away another one. This one hits at the 50 and is going to roll out of bounds at about the 45.
Okay, we need to stop, Rich. It's a shame. We had a nice drive going there. And I kind of think it was a penalty because the blocker knew right away. He backed off, and he knew right away.
That was a little more what we saw last year with Shelton at quarterback getting Tony underneath as he led the team in receiving last year. Let's see if Timber Creek goes to air it out again here. Ball is bobbled. Strike thrown to an open receiver at the 40. Hit down at the 35. Tackled by Rivera on that. It's like Timber Creek has said, okay, we can't run it, so let's just throw it.
Yep. Lone back, the quarterback.
Gain of about 6 on that one.
It's tough to defend that because you got so many receivers. You have to put linebackers out there. And it's tough for a linebacker to cover a wideout.
And when Leary, being a very good quarterback to begin with, is given time, it's like a 7-on-7 drill. That slant's going to go complete for a first down.
See, that's the difference in our receivers and there. When that ball's thrown bad, they seem to get their hands on it. We've had a couple tonight that have been just a little short, and we can't get our hands on it.
So 1st and 10, marching into the red zone at the 22-yard line of the Fighting Clan. And Leary keeps it himself. He fakes out the defense, picks up about 7 before Winchester makes the stop, the sophomore number 20.
Well, he runs that play very well. No backs.
And he gets the edge to the 10 and knocked out at the 6. Nice pursuit by Eli Anderson. Six minutes to go in the third. Timber Creek looking to open this one up. So this time Leary has somebody back there with him.
Well, he's got 3 wide out, 4 receivers out.
And incomplete in the back corner of the end zone. 5:53.
Rich, I don't care where they are, they're going to throw the ball. You don't see that at too many high schools.
This is certainly one of them that you see it quite often at. So the ball at the 9, it's 2nd and goal. Now they try to get wide to the top. Powell comes up, but it's going to be too little too late as into the end zone on the 9-yard run. And that's another one for Still, his 3rd of the game. So we've played half the third quarter, and it's been 2 scores for Timber Creek. And it's good.
Well, that's a shame on that last drive, Rich. When you think about it, it's a swing of 14 points. Us driving, getting called for that holding penalty, and they getting the ball and go down. And right now, you know, it kind of puts the game out where it would have been a little different. It would have been like 23-17, something in there. But again, you can't make mistakes. Penalties kill you. I'm sure Coach Russo is frustrated with the amount of penalties we get.
Well, still plenty of time, but something's got to happen here on this offensive drive. So once again, a touchback at the 20. The Fighting Clan takes over.
Young man has quite a leg, doesn't he?
Without question.
Is he a senior, Rich?
Zach Coluccio, a junior, 6'2", 205.
That's quite a weapon to have, isn't it?
Yes, it is. If Vineland was hitting touchbacks, a couple of these scores may not be there. It's been big kickoff returns, setting up the Chargers. There's another give and another big opening for Broome, who takes it for about 17, 18, and finally pushed out of bounds at about the 40-yard line. So the running lanes have opened up for Vineland.
Yeah, Broome's got to have over 100 yards rushing, I'm sure.
Put him back at the 36 where he stepped out.
Yeah, I thought he was up here around midfield.
Yeah, I thought he hit the 40, but he must have stepped out a little earlier. See if we get a little play action on this one. It's another give and another big opening in the middle as Broome is running hard this half. Not that he wasn't in the, oh, excuse me,
No,
that's
it's
Arthur. Arthur with a burst and an aggressive sprint up the middle.
All right, let's get the first down, keep this going.
Arthur, the sophomore running back.
What do you have, 2 cracks at a yard and a half? Let's get the first.
So 2nd and 1. Powell going to throw this one. It's complete to Tony, who gets to the 50, keeps moving forward. Is going to make that to about the 47-yard line. First down, Fighting Clan.
Much crispier patterns this week, Rich. Some hooks.
You know, Tony, as I mentioned before, led the team in receiving last year, and it's with those underneath routes that he runs so well. There's the give to Arthur, who makes something out of nothing, gets back to the line of scrimmage.
Well, it's a quick quarter, Rich. It's down to 4 minutes.
Powell to throw it. Has Tony again, who turns and gets the first down before he's pulled out of bounds. Vineland offense answering back with a nice drive of their own here. See if Vineland looks to go deep here. And it's Powell getting swarmed over in the backfield. Nothing there.
Yeah, I don't know how he did it last year, running the ball the way he did. It looks like this year he can't get it started. You know,
Who's that one?
Powell.
Oh,
They're on him.
Well, he's got people in his face that are just blasting through the center of that line. He can't even carry out the fake. And a false start by Vineland on the outside is going to move him back even further. So it's going to be 2nd and 17.
Here we go, Rich. A penalty again, right? Jiminy crickets. A wideout should never bring. Just watch the ball.
Bow to pass. Fires it low to Shelton, and he digs it out. Nice catch by Shelton.
That was.
Going to set up 3rd and about 11.
Well, you're in 4-down territory. At this junction of the game, Rich, you got to keep the ball.
I kind of think no matter where you are on the field, you've got 4 downs if you're going to try to get back in this. 2:40 to go and running in the 3rd. Vineland down 20. Powell to pass. And it looks like a little interference there, but they say no, so it's going to go incomplete. 4th and 11. Through the double coverage there. It's taking a little bit of time to get this one in.
Yeah, I don't.
Looks like it's punt. As Rivers checks in, he's been the up back in the middle on punt. Shelton drops back to punt.
Yeah, they got us with a delay of game.
I think I have a fake punt always ready, and if I'm debating like that, then I call my fake punt, but they all run out like they're going to punt. Boom, boom, boom. So 4th and 16. Shelton just gets that one away.
Oh,
Wonder why you picked that up.
and a flag, I think.
It's probably going to be a block in the back. So one of the Vineland players was pushed in the back going down there.
I don't know what that signal is.
I think illegal touching. But I kind of thought if the kicking team touches the ball but doesn't down it, that it's like a free grab for you.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what that. I got to find out.
So the Timber Creek will start at their own 6-yard line.
Where's the penalty? Huh.
2:15 to go in the third. Vineland's going to get back in. It's got to be a 3 and out or turnover here. Now out of bounds at about the 13, gain of about 7.
I don't care where they are, Rich. They throw the ball. That's showing a lot of confidence. A lot of confidence in their quarterback, the receivers. And of course, the line's doing a pretty good job, too.
Shelton on the stop there.
Sheldon, for a first time as linebacker, he's played a pretty good game, Rich. He's been in a lot of plays.
So big third down here. See if they try to, the only effective run that hasn't been Leary has been that motion jet sweep from the slot. No motion this time. And Leary just going to throw it. Throws it to the middle, caught for the first down by Still. Out right at the 20-yard line.
Pretty good play. Still is a senior. Shows a lot of poise, doesn't he?
Yeah, and he's been involved in just about everything tonight.
Uh-oh.
Floated deep to Still. Catches it in stride at the 30, the 20, and in the end zone for another Charger score, as this half has been all the Timber Creek Chargers.
$80 yards, Rich.
Talk about racking up some passing and receiving yards. So what was a 6-point lead at the half, this third quarter's all been Timber Creek.
Well, if you're going to show any inner strength right now, you got to just get back in the game. Don't get down. See if you can score, keep the ball, you know.
You know, of course, I liked it better when we were winning or we're in a tight game. But one thing I always hated when I was playing was looking up and seeing time tick off a clock that I'm almost done playing my game for the week. So no matter what's going on out there, it's about executing, taking steps, moving forward. You know, even in midget football where they give you a 4-minute warning, I'd be like, oh my gosh, that's all we got left? You know, you work so hard all week long, you don't want your time just to trickle away. Now, I don't know if Timber Creek is able to run the ball and take some time off the clock when they have it.
Oh,
He missed that one. And it's going to be fielded at about the 13. Broom stutter steps. Is going to be dropped at the 21.
Well, this is our third possession, Rich. Looks like a recurring affair. 20, 20, 21. That's the field position we've had in the second half. And we've, you know, a couple of plays here and there. We got out to midfield and then they had penalties.
Yeah, punted from the Chargers side of the field. It's Powell and Anthony Arthur. The give to Arthur, tries to get through that big defensive line and goes forward for about 3.
Rich, I'm going to tell you something I don't like. I don't like not having a huddle. And I saw something the other day that if I was coaching, I would put in. The huddle was 3 yards off the line of scrimmage. And that was perfect. They turned around, they were there. I want my quarterback to be able to talk to everybody.
Well, I agree, and even defensively, there's something about accountability when you're in a huddle. You've
Right.
got to look at everybody in the face if you messed up, and that runs us down through the third quarter. You've got to look at them in the face, and defensively, while you're waiting on your signal to come in, it's also the time where there's accountability amongst your peers.
Right.
And not only accountability, it's not all negative. There's also positives, and there's also pick-me-ups that need to happen. And coaching amongst similar position guys, or even when you have a linebacker that runs your whole defense, he's able to get into your leaders.
I just like that. I always liked the huddle. I always liked having 12 starters where you have a kid running plays in and out. You know. Now Powell must be tired because not only playing defense, he has to run over to the bench and get every play. You know, he's a good kid, man. He's a tough young man.
And when they show you NFL quarterbacks leading, they usually show you some conversations in the huddle.
Yeah.
Or defensive guys leading, it's usually from that. So I totally get your point. Arthur through the middle, picks up a couple. But the flip side to that is when you're making your play calls, if you have your guys spread out, you got to look at what the defense is doing. I just think high school football's game played with a lot of emotion, and without embracing that emotion, sometimes you can be a little flat. Flag hits the field. We're at a third and about 7 or 8.
Ooh.
What are we heading that way for, Coach? I wasn't expecting that. Looks like it'll be enough for the first down.
Yeah.
Powell under pressure, fires it, complete. The diving catch down to about the 38-yard line. Goes Jonathan Toney Jr.
Well done. And Powell had a man in his face when he let that go.
Yeah, I was worried he was going to get sacked on that
Yeah,
one.
he did too.
So all the way out to the 41 of the Chargers. Nice hard run through the middle for a few for Arthur.
Come on, let's get one in the end zone.
10:30 and running to go in this one. Once again, it's a second half that has gone the way of the opposition to the Fighting Clan. Powell to throw, big pressure. He just floats it. Tony with a catch. He's tugged on by his shirt in the back. It's probably defensive pass interference. But Jonathan Tony Jr. with the reception at about the 9-yard line. Powell under big pressure just floats it up and had just enough on it to fall into Tony's arms. Well, in previous weeks, Coach Russo talked about getting Powell more involved. And he's certainly more involved touching the ball on almost every snap. Nothing there at all for Arthur as he's swarmed over. Led by defensive lineman O'Hanlon.
Yeah, I've been trying to watch the blocking up front a little too, Rich. What they're doing is what we used to do, remember? Angle. They're angling those defensive guys, and when they get through, they make good plays.
Tipped and incomplete.
Flag on the play, Rich.
Another penalty on Timber Creek.
Is it?
So second and goal from the 6. And Arthur checks back into the backfield. It's like Shelton may be back at quarterback for this one. See if he tries to hit a little fade to Powell. So Powell staying in tight at tight end.
Well, I don't know what that signal is.
Illegal participation. 12 guys on the field for Vineland broke the huddle.
What the heck?
So we'll move it back to the 11-yard line, second and goal. I formation behind Shelton. Vineland's going to try to blast Arthur through the middle, and he picks up about 3 or 4. This is going to be another one of those where you could say, but we were right there.
Yep.
There's been a lot of those. So third and goal. Ball now on the 8-yard line. He's going to take it to the 6. Conrad, Jackson, and Rivera coming in. Powell back at quarterback. Powell's going to try to take it himself, and he's hit and dropped. Nice tackle on the play. As Campbell, the sophomore 6'4" defensive end, makes the stop and shuts Vineland down with 7:43 to go in the ball game. That's 3 times Vineland inside the 10 getting stopped.
That's three scoring opportunities. What did we get out of one, Rich? A field goal, right?
That's it.
That's what we got.
That was the best running back run of the game. Last time it's Boyd. 7:35 and rolling. Little confusion getting set up for a run play, huh? Coach didn't do a lot of those. They go back to jet sweep. Big hit and finally wrestled down. That was Roderick Boyd.
Boy, that was a good hit. I thought he had a lane.
That's some of that old Vineland football that under Coach Russo and defensive coordinator Cliff Smith that we've seen is just an aggressive defense. They go underneath, there's some room this time, picking up about 3 or 4 on the play. Samaje Black on the carry.
Well, I'm going to see what kind of coach this guy is. If he puts the ball in the air with this lead, you mark it in your mind.
Throws the out. Caught Barry Turner with the tackle. And they may mark him good enough for the first down. You still mark it down if they just throw a quick out, Coach?
Maybe.
Yeah. No, I was right on board with you. And then you see 2 short out patterns, one at 5 and one at 10 yards. So 5:22 and running. Shelton trying to rip the ball out there as he hawks it, but gain of about a half a yard.
Our defense has got to be tired, Rich. Those front guys chasing that quarterback all afternoon have got to be tired. You know.
Vineland sends pressure, and underneath pass, Lathan Kent with the stop. We're at 4 minutes and 12 seconds to go.
You know, this is the first time Timber Creek had the ball in the second half.
In the fourth quarter, yeah.
Fourth quarter, I'm sorry. Fourth quarter.
It was a long Vineland drive inside the 10. Kent stopped on the
Here we
blitz
go.
and going deep and complete to Matt O'Dallum. That one gets marked down, Coach.
Absolutely.
(43-10) in a game that was 16-10 coming into the third quarter as we started the second half. Four unanswered touchdowns in this half. And Coluccio bangs through the extra point.
Well, that one gets marked.
Yeah, you mark that one down.
In a playoff game a couple years ago, Coach Gashu wouldn't shake Timber Creek's hands after the game. They walked off the field, and I could see a little bit of
The why.
why,
The why.
you know. But you know what? You got to play till the end of the game. Keep going.
So I never have a problem when you're up and you put your second string in and you still attack the defense.
Yeah.
That's fine.
That's like we were running the clock out against Holy Spirit. Jimmy Cooper broke one. We're running dives.
And that one stays out of the end zone just the second time tonight. Trying to get to the outside. Be a nice return to about the 36 with 3:33 to go. So a tough loss for Vineland tonight. As once again at halftime they're right there. They're just not able to stay in it in the second half. Thanks to our crew tonight, crew chiefs Brian Anthony, Doug Diola, and Ryan Steinbrown, and executive producer of VPS TV is Gia Masori, the school district's public information officer.
Timber Creek's had the ball 4 times in this half and scored all 4 times. Rich.
Pretty efficient.
Yeah.
And I believe in the first half they had the ball 4 times without scoring.
Yeah. Well, in rating the change in quarterback, I think Powell did very well tonight, Rich.
Yeah,
Under constant pressure, he threw the ball well.
I
What,
think
what, we,
it's,
what we didn't get out of him was any running game, which I thought we would. I thought Powell would show us some running.
yeah, and you know, when we were talking at halftime, you know, there's 3 inches taller that Powell is than Shelton, allowed him to get rid of a lot of the balls that with Shelton's release would have not been able to go through there, would have been hit down. So you understand the difference as Powell just bellied them up and took the big hits. give over the right side. Caleb Gandy now in at quarterback.
I like him. He's played a few games. He showed some poise, and he don't seem to be rattled getting in the game either, Rich.
No, last year when Shelton was hurt, you know, we ended up going with Powell at quarterback, but Barry Turner has played some quarterback and Gandy, and we weren't sure what we were going to see. Gandy gives again up the middle and hit and drop down with 2:50 to go.
I like to see him let Gandy put the ball in the air here. Just
Give it a shot and take a look at it.
yeah.
So 2:20 in running. It'll be 3rd and about 6 for the Fighting Clan. Gandy has it fall on the ground. It's loose. Looks like Timber Creek has come up with it.
Yeah. Been a few of them this game, Rich.
A lot of them
snaps low.
dug out.
Yeah.
So 1st and 10 for the Chargers with 1:55 on the clock. And they're going to take a timeout and try to identify that second unit they'll be sending out. As Vineland starts to do the same defensively. So once again, the second half dooms the Fighting Clan. Was, as Coach mentioned, a lot of positives with the offense. And then just not able to stop the passing attack by the Timber Creek Chargers.
Timber Creek sure threw the ball well deep.
And 4 very talented receivers. So run up the middle for a gain of a few.
Yep. A lot of new faces in the game now, Rich. Youngsters getting a chance to play.
.120 in running. To the outside with a little bit of room before he's knocked out of bounds. The officials say, his forward progress will stop. Let's keep it running. So we're at 110 in running. 3rd down.
Yeah, it's
Give to the tailback. It's going to be a little short of the 1st down by a yard or 2 with 40 seconds on the clock and running.
well, Rich, our trip to Sicklerville and Timber Creek tonight was not the way I thought it would be.
Well,
I really thought we bounced back.
and we did for that first half, Coach, and just too much of a passing attack, and Vineland with a lot of changes in there. No Levi Manson in the second half. That hurts. That we're at 5, 4, and 3. That's going to do it from here. 44-10. Timber Creek with a strong second half over the Fighting Clan of Vineland at what was a 16-10 halftime lead. Vineland not able to get the offense going, and Timber Creek just connecting on some deep balls. Coach?
Yeah, second half was all Timber Creek, as Rich said. They had the ball the first 4 times they touched it with the score 16-10. They had a 3-yard run by Still at the 10:47 mark, 22-10. The kick was good. Timber Creek, a 9-yard run by Still at the 5:46 mark, made it 29-10, and the kick was good. They didn't stop. At the 52nd mark, Still in an 80-yard pass, made it 36-10. The kick was good. So they had the ball 4 straight times in the second half. Vineland, on the other hand, had some good drives. A couple of them nullified by penalties. And Rich, before I sign off, I want to say thank you for all your help always. And we will be in
We're going to Trenton next week, Coach. And if you're not able to make it to Trenton, let's see how this team rebounds. Trenton's a team last year that we handled pretty convincingly. He was off to a 3-0 start going into this weekend's play. And if you can't make it there, you can always find us on YouTube or Comcast Channel 9, Verizon Fios Channel 41. And you can do that because of our sponsors, as we thank them and look forward to seeing you next week.
Rich, thanks again. And for everybody, hope you have a good week. I'm John Parentazzi and my partner, Rich Scarpa. Thank you for listening.
The Red and Gray Gridiron Club would like to thank the following sponsors for their support of Vineland High School football team this season. Sir Speedy, Reconstructive Orthopedics, Ducharmes, the Greenview Inn at Eastland Golf Course, Newfield National Bank, Larry's 2 Restaurant and Caterers, Allen Associates, Delsey ShopRite, Medio Law Firm, The Claridge, a Radisson Hotel, TechNed Consulting, Vineland Education Association, Begal University, Manny and Vic's Pizzeria and Restaurant, MVP Sports Bar, Richland Carpet and Flooring, G&S Dry Cleaners, Carluzzo and Teresi Petroleum Transporters, Biondi Insurance Agency, Dr. Gorson General and Cosmetic Dentistry, Baruffi Brothers, Lugiano Medical, Van Dodge, Assman Installation, Homestead Plumbing and Heating, the Gorgo Group, the DeWinney family, and the Russo family. The Vineland High School football team and coaches thank everyone for their support on and off the field and look forward to another successful season.